Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Today, of course, is Monday, November 29th, and welcome to the show. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that share button, hit that like button, and of course, you can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and we'd love to hear your comments. Don't forget also to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, on today's show, we're going to be discussing the futures and the market update. We're going to be discussing the fact that Omicron is moronic. Oh, you're going to like that. We're going to be talking about the travel stock play and how to make some money in travel stocks. We're going to be talking about the fact that Black Friday shopping dropped. We're going to be talking about AMC and NFTs. You're going to want to stick around for that one. That's pretty powerful. We're going to be talking about some safe plays and, of course, today's stock market tips. All right, let's talk a little bit about the futures and what's going on in the futures right now. So first of all, the Dow futures are up 190 points, and that's pretty good. You know, after the ridiculous but expected sell-off on Friday, the Dow lost over 900 points. Don't forget, right? So of course, the futures once again is up 190 points. The S&P is up 34 points, and the Nasdaq is up 145 points. That's pretty powerful. That's great stuff. So it should turn out to be a good day. So let's talk a little bit about what made the market go into a tizzy on Friday. And let's get right into it. Omicron is moronic. All right. Unless you're from another planet, by now you've heard of the latest fear campaign called the Omicron variant. Yes, the Omicron variant, which, by the way, is an anagram for moronic. That's right. If you move your few letters, you will spell moronic. And that's what you are if you continue to live in fear of this moronic virus. The moronic virus was discovered in South Africa. Did you ever notice that nothing is ever discovered here? It's like aliens. When was the last time you heard about aliens visiting the United States? They always go visiting another country in some rural area that no one ever heard of. Anyway, the moronic variant just also happens to come right on the heels of Moderna's stock dropping over 100 points at the beginning of November. Think about that one. On Friday, when the new strain was announced, somehow Moderna's stock skyrocketed, and it's almost at 350. And by the way, it's up again another 36 points this morning, or at least on the futures anyway. Wow, huh? I'm no conspiracy theorist, but, let's think about the fact, that people were pushing back on vaccines and vaccine mandates, and then all of a sudden, some new variant comes out. The world instantly reacted by shutting down air travel from certain countries and locking down some cities. Why? Well, it's simple. You will not be allowed to do anything unless you have the vaccine. That's the obvious plan here, and the people controlling you are the ones who are benefiting financially from all this. Just listen to this announcement from Moderna. It's not clear whether new formulations will be needed or if current COVID vaccines will provide protection against the new variant that has begun to spread around the globe. Interesting, right? We should know about the ability of the current vaccine to provide protection in the next couple of weeks. But the remarkable thing about the Moderna vaccine, Moderna platform, is that we can move very fast. Moderna's chief medical officer, Paul Burton, said on a BBC show. Very interesting. If we have to make a brand new vaccine, I think it's going to be 2020 before that's really going to be available in large quantities, said the Moderna chief. It's amazing how manipulative all this really is. If you're falling for it, I feel sorry for you. If you're one of the 80% who doesn't care, well, you should. This is a real problem for America and the world. Not the pandemic, of course, but the ridiculousness of how this is being played out. You need to stop it. This is total junk, and it's total manipulation. Hey, like I said before, I wish these guys would tell me that they're going to do this so I can make a Moderna stock play, because that was a beautiful play. Let's talk a little bit about the travel stock play, because this is going to be the play. Friday, the market tanked again, about 900 points by the end of the day. It was down over 1,000 points for a while as the world prepared for the moronic strain of the scamdemic. Travel stocks were hit the hardest, but not because of the fear that travel will stop, but more because of the fear that money managers will panic and sell these stocks. These, however, will be the best stocks to buy into the new year. Think about the scenarios. The worst case scenario is that this virus kills everyone, and we already know it won't. But if that happens, you really won't care about your money anyway. The next scenario, of course, is that the governments try to shut down travel. We already know that there's a strong growing population that isn't going to take it anymore, and that as that group grows, the fear of that group is growing as well. Another scenario, and the most likely one, is that this variant fizzles out just like the the Delta variant fizzled out a few months ago. Another reason for a play in the travel industry is simply because we now have a history of what's going to happen. And this is the best reason. We saw these stocks tank a year and a half ago. We saw empty planes and cruise ships not allowed to operate, and then we saw it all come back. This time the airlines and the cruise ships are not going to stop. Unfortunately, the dumbasses will make you get a vaccine or wear a mask longer, but they're not going to shut down. The travel stocks are on sale, and I suggest you get in now before the world comes out of its COVID coma. You know what? The other thing that happened was interesting was Black Friday shopping dropped. Wow. Oh, the good old days when you woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drove to the electronics store, waited online for hours, and then the doors opened and you saved $20 off a TV. Well, it appears those days are gone. Traffic at retail store dropped 28% compared to 2019 levels. Of course, you know why they didn't compare them to 2020, don't you? Because that was when government overreach was at its highest. But this year's numbers is still up about 50% from 2020. That's pretty wild. Anyway, getting back to this year's shopping experience, it appears that many did their shopping earlier this year because of the fear of supply chain issues. Of course, also COVID and more government overreach bullcrap. Even Christmas trees are somewhat scarcer this year, as many farms just sold off or the farmers retired, right? Some of the decrease in shopping is also attributed to the amount of online shopping everywhere, and everyone has gotten used to. It's Black Monday, and we're going to see what happens with that as well. We're going to see if there will be an increase in shopping today. Another interesting part of this year was that most stores were closed Thanksgiving Day. You know, I remember, years ago when all the stores were closed on Thanksgiving and then they started opening again. But this year they were closed again. And this is unusual because, again, in the past it was to open on Thanksgiving and allow for early shoppers to get bargains before Black Friday. Another issue is an out-of-stock issue. This will continue as long as we have the government overreach and, of course, the new Moronic variant. I believe the retail stocks are going to take off in the new year despite this problem. We have already seen the ships in the Pacific being emptied faster, and I truly believe the government will have a tougher time convincing people to lock down again, even if a real pandemic actually exists. That's one of my biggest fears, that, by the way, is when a real pandemic actually exists, I believe that everyone is going to resist it, and unfortunately that's going to be the real problem, not this kind of, sort of pandemic that happened. All right, anyway, I like Walmart, I like Target, I like Best Buy, Dollar Tree, and Bed Bath & Beyond as plays into the new year. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back in just a couple of seconds and talk to you more about what's going on.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
To Money Chat Now, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or you can call 866-424-2829. And if you're watching online, hey, by the way, did you guys hit that share button yet? Help your friends learn about how to make more money. Hit the share button. Let them learn. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. Of course, you can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube as well. And I want to acknowledge, hey, Bill, thank you so much for watching. Thanks you, Joe, also. And, of course, Tommy's here as well. And Ken says good morning. So thank you all for watching and leaving comments on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube. And, all right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the futures and a market update. The futures are now up to 195, not bad. The S&P futures are up 34. And the NASDAQ is up about 140. So it's going to be a good day. At least it appears to be a good day. We also been talking about the fact that Omicron is an anagram for moronic. We talked about the travel stock play. We've been talking about Black Friday shopping drops. In other words, Black Friday just didn't do that well. We're going to be talking about some other things as well, so stick around, and we're going to be talking about that right now. All right, here we go. Let's see. By the way, hey, everybody leave a comment. Let me know you're enjoying the show. Let me know you're enjoying the new time. Let's talk about AMC and NFTs. So do you know what a non-fungible token is? No, it's not a mushroom, silly. Although sometimes I think a mushroom may be worth more than an NFT, but I also thought Bitcoin was a joke, so I made that mistake too, so hey, it may be. Anyway, getting back to NFTs, a non-fungible token, explained simply, is like the baseball card of the future exchanged on the blockchain. All right, I know I could devote an entire show or more to this topic, but let me try to explain using the baseball card analogy. Do you remember the days when baseball cards became an extreme collector's item? They sold for hundreds, thousands, and recently a Honus Wagner card sold for a record $6.6 million. By the way, who the heck is Honus Wagner? Phew, wow. As we move into the digital world, the virtual reality, of course, the metaverse, right? There will be no paper baseball cards. They will all be digital images. The difference between a digital image and a paper image is really like the proof of authenticity. We have also heard of fraud. We've all heard of fraud and reproductions of paper imaging. Imagine if the person who bought the Honus Wagner card found out it was a fraud. Oh boy, he'd be kind of pissed, right? But anyway, with digital assets, the electronic image is recorded on the blockchain, and every transfer is recorded and accounted for. For collectors and for those wanting to enter the metaverse or virtual reality world early, this is a golden opportunity to own an asset that may become worth millions of dollars in the future. Now, let's get back to AMC. AMC, along with a partnership from Sony, will be offering 86,000 NFTs to its club members who order tickets for the December 16th opening of Spider-Man No Way Home. By the way, there'll be 100 different designs, so if you want an NFT celebrating the opening of this movie, just order your ticket right now in advance, and the NFT is yours. Yes, you could be one of the lucky 86,000 people to own this soon-to-be a collector's item. Okay. But here it is the deal. If you really want to be an investor, you would need to own all 100 of them. So you want to order all 100 of them. I'm not even sure if you get to pick them. So if you get to pick them, maybe that'd be great. But who knows, right? Anyway. This could be a golden opportunity and a golden ticket in the future. My thought, it's going to propel both the stocks of AMC and Sony. So as for the Spider-Man movie, by the way, I saw the preview, and it kind of looked like a winner. It looks like something I definitely would want to do. I definitely want to get into. And by the way, the ticket sales for this movie crashed the website selling the tickets. So it's a great indicator that people have finally had enough of the lockdowns and accompanying bullcrap that goes along with all the lockdowns and, of course, the new Moronic virus. All right, let's talk about the safety plays. All right, as a stock option investor, I take risks, and it leads to big returns. Of course, that can also lead to big losses as well. For those who follow me, you know that I have a set of rules that helps mitigate the losses and helps keep me, in the black most of the time. Some investors are much more conservative than I am, and when trouble comes, they like to run to safer investments. This is what causes the stock market to react the way it did on Friday. Basically, the money managers sell stocks as they go down, and instead of having the money sit idle in cash, they move the money into safe plays like treasury bonds, precious metals, or stable dividend-paying stocks. Because of fear of a market downturn and inflation worries, many look for safe investments. If you're one of those, T-bonds, gold, silver will be good plays for you. I also recommend that you learn how to sell covered calls on your stocks as a way to make an extra income on dormant money. Real estate is also a great play for future wealth and safety. Buy properties, rent it out, and have people go to work every day to pay your mortgage. To find out more about both of these, of course, you can watch the next commercial, and then we'll be discussing futures market and what plays I will be looking at. So you're going to take a look at this commercial, and we'll take a break, and we'll see you back in about a minute. Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling? Never heard of.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of.
Investor schooling? Never heard of them.
Any suggestions? Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor Schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and I want to make sure that I recognize Scott because he wanted to know if he was chopped liver because I didn't recognize him before on Facebook. So he's watching on Facebook. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook and if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere else, feel free to leave a comment. Let us know you're watching. The comments are the best. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them out there. By the way, the Dow is popping, man. It's up 214 points now pre-market. The S&P up 36. And of course, the NASDAQ up 146.5. That's awesome. I love it. So we talked a little bit about certain things so far. And let's talk a little bit some of my stock picks. All right, so first of all, you need to know that you must hit that share button. You have to hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. Oh, I love it. Scott's got a funny question. He's going, what's next after they exhaust the Greek alphabet and all these variants? Well, what's going to come next is, of course, there'll be 2 digits. So that'll be the answer to you. By the way, did you get your booster yet, Scott? Make sure you get that booster. All right, hit that share button, hit that like button. Let me know that you enjoy the show. Leave comments like Scott is. And I also want to remind you that we will be broadcasting live on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia as of December 1st. That's this Wednesday. Make sure you join us there, and let's keep this party going. Let's talk a little bit about some stock tips. By the way, Eric says hi as well. All right, we lost 900 plus points on Friday, but today looks like it's going to be a nice comeback. As we said, the Dow it's moving up real fast now. It's up 221, and an S&P up 37, and of course the NASDAQ, of course, is up again 148. So we're moving in the right direction. That's fantastic. All right, my stocks continue to be the travel sector. This sector was beat up last Friday, and it was beat up for no reason. It was the perfect opportunity, and I ran with it. Yes, there's still room here, and I would suggest buying airlines and travel stocks, such as the cruise line stocks like CCL and RCL and Norwegian Norwegian Cruise Lines. Definitely get those. The metaverse is coming, and of course that makes Facebook a play. I'm surprised. Now J&J, I actually got to look it up right quick because I got to see what J&J is doing because I'm actually surprised that J&J isn't moving up. And J&J is actually stalled. It didn't move down much the other day, but it didn't move up much today or yesterday either, or Friday either. So it's kind of surprising. I actually think J&J might be a play. Now, of course, we're trying to compare J&J to Moderna and Pfizer, and Moderna is, they're all over this, Moronic virus or Moronic variant, and the Moronic variant is, of course, like I said, it's just a play to manipulate Moderna stock, and it clearly worked. However, J&J was not moved up, so I don't know why, but I'm going to say that I think that's going to be a play. I would definitely get into J&J. Also, what else? Moderna, as we talked about. I actually think Moderna is going to become a put play. So I think Moderna is actually going to go down, and I think Moderna will be somewhere where you don't want to be right now. Look, Apple is also a play, and as you start to look at Apple, and let's see if I can call it up right now. If we start to look at Apple is actually up $2.20 this morning. It was down $5. I got to be honest with you, I love this play, but I had dumped so much money into the travel stocks that I was out of money. I couldn't even play it. So Apple will be a great play. Actually, Apple right now is at 159. I would expect Apple to start to go into even the 180s or 190s by March. So this will be a great play. And Apple also has a nice little dividend as well. So as we talked about before, dividend playing stocks will be safe, as well as the fact that you can also sell covered calls on them and make some more money. By the way, Bill's on there and saying he needs more coffee. And thanks, Bill. I appreciate you watching. Now, here's another one. Oil stocks are at play as inflation continues to grow because of the ridiculous policies of our, I don't know, whatever this guy is in office, whatever he is. Anyway, so once again, because of that, I'm going to say that these are great stocks. I'm going to take a look at Halliburton real quick and see what Halliburton's doing. So Halliburton is up 43 cents this morning at 22, and the 52-week high for Halliburton was 26.75, and I also think that's going to start to move in the right direction. So I would say Halliburton is also a play. I also like, if I can find it, Oxy. Let's see what Oxy's doing. Oxy is a play. Oxy looks like, again, it's at 31, just under 31. It's up 99 cents. It was down $2.31 on Friday, making that an awesome play. So I like Oxy as a play right now. So if you wanted to get into an oil stock, I actually think I like Oxy better than I like Halliburton, although I have quite a few shares of Halliburton. I don't have any of Oxy. So I would see that would also be a great play. All right, so what else do you think is going to move up? Everyone asked me that question. I don't know. Let's see how this day goes. It's going to be really, really, really good. All right, let's talk about crypto. All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved down, and it moved down on the news on Friday, but it also moved back up, and it's right under 57,000. And once again, Ether is at about 4,300. Look, I'm telling you, I wasn't sure crypto was going to be the play or will be the way to go, and I missed it. I laughed at the people buying Bitcoin at 7,000, and now it's at 57,000. Man, did I miss that boat. But Shiba, it was a play that I got into, and I also got in and out of it. I made a few bucks. I actually made about 400% of my money at one point. It's sitting at about 38 millionth of a cent. And, I kind of expected it to go down there, but I'm still looking for 32 millionth of a cent to get back in. I'm holding Doge or whatever it is, Doggy Coin, whatever you want to call it, and it's kind of sitting there at about 20 cents. I'd love to see it about 17 or 18 cents. AMP was another one that I got into, and it's resting at about 6.2 cents. I don't know. I got to find out why these things move up and down. I am really not familiar with the reasons that this stuff moves up and down the way it does, but when I do, I'm going to let you guys know. Of course, gold and silver inched up. Gold is sitting at about 1,800, and silver is sitting at about 23.5. I like gold play, and I like silver play as a safe play. I highly recommend that you hold your silver and hold your gold. Not, don't buy funds, but hold the actual precious metals. These will be safe stuff in the morning. In the morning. Wow, you can tell I'm in the morning right now because I'm so used to this being in the afternoon. No, it's going to be, if there's ever a problem like the zombie apocalypse, you can use that money and you can use it to buy milk and bread. All right, if you've made any money on some of the stock tips discussed in the show, please leave a comment. Let me know about some of the stock tips that you've used in this show and made some money. By the way, did you guys hit that share button yet? Come on, hit the share button. Let me know, let everybody know that you're watching it. Did you hit the like button? And of course, once again, as usual, don't forget, we're going to be broadcasting live on Wednesday on WWDB, and that's going to be in Philadelphia. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that as well, so you can listen to me in your car. I want to thank you once again for watching Money Chat Now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And don't forget to follow us. Of course, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support. Don't forget to have a profitable day. And hey, take a look at this commercial one more time and let everybody know all about investor schooling. And we're going to see you tomorrow once again at 7:30.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.